Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Do you feel like every day is so monotonous, devoid of passion, really nothing to wake up for, and then you just go to sleep to wake up again the next day and do the same thing simply because this is the job you have and this is the life that you got sucked into? Hello, and welcome back to the Fox Strength and Performance YouTube channel. I am Taylor Fox, and today we are talking about why you should join a gym, or why I did join a gym. So I joined PWRBLD, and I'll mainly be going to the Warrington location, but I do end up in KOP area a lot. But I was really impressed when I went to the open house on Sunday, what I would have available, and I just thought it was something that I really needed. These are three considerations that came to mind, and really things that I've used for a long time when considering starting a membership at a gym. They're not the only thing, not all inclusive, but certainly big factors that I feel are the most important when looking at this. The first one is going to be investment. So you really want to look at it as an investment in yourself, but also an investment in the equipment and the facility. You really want to put work in that you feel is a value that you can, look back on and be proud. If you aren't doing things that bring you passion, it's time to switch it up and you put more time into yourself and bettering yourself, keep improving. If you feel like you're stuck in a rut, you probably need something a little bit different, and you might not think going to the gym and getting sore is going to be that change, but a lot of times you get past that first initial week, 2 weeks, acclimate to the gym, it becomes very rewarding because you're past that heavy DOMS response, and you feel very good, and a weight has been taken off of you every single time you go. I've joined some very expensive facilities, 24-hour facilities before, and people are like, that's crazy. Why would you pay that much for the gym? But I'm like, look, you have to look at it as you're renting space. You want to utilize this space, you want to utilize the equipment, and that's why it's a value. You're getting return off of it because you have somewhere to go that you can access all the time, that you feel comfortable in, especially if it's a private facility where you can do a lot of what you want. I've had gyms where I can just run around, do all my giant sets, do everything that I felt was needed, and I was comfortable with just setting up a machine, walking away 20 feet and squatting in the squat rack and then coming back to it. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say this is the case with PWRBLD, but I have been doing that in the mornings. I'm certainly don't expect it to be an ideal situation in the afternoons when it's busier. But that's a big thing. I'm so excited about using the inverse curl, the reverse hyper, having access to a reverse hyper all the time. Some of the other machines now, even just going for the sauna, I think is a huge investment. It's worth the monthly payment just for that. And look, I'm sitting here filming a video. Obviously, I'm making content that I'm producing online. Didn't really ever think I would be in this situation doing this, but I found a lot of passion doing it. And the gym just gives me another place to film. Do I expect to go there at 5:30 and have open access to everything to film stuff? No. But I could go there off hours, use the different spaces to film some videos. And it's just making it so much easier and so much less stressful to get this work in. A year ago, I would be freaking out throughout the week. Oh, now it's Wednesday, didn't get anything done. And it just piled up on me, and it was so stressful, and I really didn't have a good positive outlook on my business and the content that I was trying to create. And now I feel so much better about it, and I'm having so much fun with it. So that's the big thing, guys. Invest in yourselves, but also look at these resources that you are investing in, because you will use them forever, or as long as you're there, if you look at it as an investment and not a monthly expense. Number 2 is going to be ease of access. So having access to a facility, having something that is open for 12 to 16 hours a day or is 24/7. Now, I would prefer the 24/7 at this point in my life. I've spent so much time stressing about a gym that closes at 9, 10 o'clock that I wasn't getting the kind of support that I deserved, with the hours from the gym. But now, I can go whenever I want, and I can use anything that I want in the gym being a member, and not just, somebody rolling along with a punch card which I was doing with some of the other Power Build gyms. I feel good to like have that resource available in addition to the garage gym. Really have everything available that I need. So if you're feeling like you have a home gym, but it's not really cutting it for everything, you now like paid off a lot of stuff. I'm still paying this off, but you pay me back every single day. Then maybe you want to look at some facilities in your area. PWRBLD Warrington is 50 minutes away from me. I don't think it would have been an ideal situation. That's why I never joined when it was just PWRBLD KOP and Conchi. But now having one 15 minutes away and then having availability of all 3 locations with the membership is huge. So now I can just zip over there, go before work, go after work, use the sauna on my recovery days, do some soft tissue stretching, but also like obviously my big training days where I need to be in there for a couple hours. Number 3 is going to be an outlet for yourself. So I very much enjoyed training at home for the year and change that we've had the rack, had all the other equipment. You know, I've really got after it here in the garage and kind of had to dial it in, like look at myself and figure out like really what I wanted to be doing in strongman and strength physical culture overall. And I've really grown in here, but also sometimes it just takes like for freaking ever, and it's also a stress. So I'm at home, I have dogs, I have a family, it's a lot, and then you're trying to train, and it can be like a very much a distractor, moving stuff around. Oh, I have to go to the bathroom, I go back inside, I get caught up in something. Our garage isn't heated, so winter right now, it's been, you know, brutal coming out here. I feel like sessions take a decent bit longer just trying to warm up. In the summer, I'm pouring sweat like crazy, opening the garage door, opening the back door, turning on the fan isn't enough. Just having like that other spot, like, hey, I'm gonna go here and it's just gonna be like hour, 90 minutes, 2 hours. I can just get away for a little bit. You may think like, oh, well, that's crazy. You don't like being home. I'm on second shift right now, so I'm home. Like nobody else is home besides the dogs anyway. I take care of them and then I can just hop off and go train or go use the sauna, go do some recovery. And that's just a nice thing that I can do. And then I come back and like feed them and get my meal prep ready and go to work. So just having that, like if you feel like you need a place that you can go to and just have a little bit of time, peace of mind, that can be a huge game changer for your mental outlook, like how you feel getting up each day. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Do you feel like every day is so monotonous, devoid of passion, really nothing to wake up for, and then you just go to sleep to wake up again the next day and do the same thing simply because this is the job you have and this is the life that you got sucked into? And it doesn't mean you need to change your whole life. Like you just need a little bit of an adjustment and it opens everything up for you. So consider looking at this addition to your life in this way or similar perspectives, and not as a negative, not as a chore, not as a monthly expense, because I look at it from the perspective of these 3 factors and that it's just something that's really ingrained in a quality part of my life. So I'm going to get into the first session that I did there. This was Sunday at the open house, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's get into the training commentary. Now, being at this gym, I definitely want to take advantage of the resources available. So the weightlifting platform, the bumper plates, the log. You'll see some future content with me using the jerk blocks, the deadlift bar, calibrated plates, and absolutely the machines, because that's a big aspect of this facility. So this is my dynamic effort pressing day. So I set up a barbell clean and press and then also a log viper press. Please don't judge me if you are well schooled in weightlifting. I have a terrible barbell clean. I'm working on it. Now, I had been looking at doing a show with both a max barbell clean and press and then also a log ladder. So building that dynamic effort strength, but then also the conditioning aspect and being able to move from one implement to the next was a focus of today's session. I had planned to do threes on the barbell and then singles on the log. Now I had to vary it a little bit as I was getting fatigued and also just to kind of mix it up. But ultimately I did 15 reps on the barbell and then
8 reps on the log, and I thought it was a good session for today. And the big thing is, like, who really wants to set this up and do this kind of work? It's very uncomfortable. It's tough to clean and press each rep. It's tough to move from one implement to the next implement. But this is really, you really need to thrive if you're looking to be successful and continue to progress in this kind of sport. I've been training in a cold garage for this entire winter. Like, I don't generally train most other places. I'll drop in here and there. So this has been my first like gym membership that I can go daily in a while. Now I'm in a much hotter environment, especially today, like it being a open house. There's a lot of people here, and you're going to get both of those factors at a strongman competition. You're going to get both those factors at a lot of sporting events, and you just have to be able to adapt and deal with it. So I'm dripping sweat and I'm really feeling it, but I'm, trying to push myself and get through these working sets and really try to thrive in this kind of environment, get quality work in. And that's the thing, like, really can think about where your weaknesses lie. Like, I am not going to want to clean an implement if I'm hot and sweating and exhausted at an event. So we're going to work on it here in a training environment. And some people don't really think about that. It's like they want to have a strong press, but then most presses at a strongman show are going to be cleans. So you got to be able to clean that implement first before you're going to get into the press. And you don't want to forget about that. And like, you want to consider like what's going to happen when you're really tired, if it's the third event or if it's a ladder or a series or a medley and you're exhausted, but you're only on the third of 5 and you got to get to the next one, clean it, and then press. And just really pushing the envelope on that aspect. So, make sure you work on your cleans, guys. I definitely have not given that as much respect as I should have of late, but I'm here trying to push myself to get better. And then, we move right on to the next movement. Incline press of the Cadillac bar, pauses at the bottom to, do all that work and then move on to another pressing movement is tough, but become more and more conditioned to it over the years. One of the things I'd never used the Cadillac bar, and when I was at Matt Wenning's gym, some of his training partners were like, "It's stupid. Like, why would you formulate a bar where it makes the weight, the load more comfortable based on the dimensions of the bar?" I would not say that's the case at all. I think it's a very tough bar to use. It felt unstable as I unracked it just with this kind of weight. So I feel like I got some good working sets in today with this bar, and I'm going to continue to try to use it because it's something I don't have at home. I have another neutral grip bar with Titan Fitness, but like this specifically I don't, and I think it's a good aspect for me to give a try for this block. Now you can see like a bunch of people behind me. In the next clip you'll see like it's very crowded. This was an open house on this day, and I just tried to kind of fall in where I could and get the work in that I needed to get in. And I definitely remember my roots and what I was lifting as a kid and coming up in this culture and this sport. But at the same time, I'm like, hey kids, like I could do 6 to 8 barbell rows with that weight that you're deadlifting, and acting all goofy and stuff. But that's just me back in the gym lifestyle, public gym lifestyle, and having a good time. Definitely couldn't do the kind of giant sets that I'm used to here today with it being so crowded, but that's where I incorporate strip sets. So I'm going to do a strip set on these extensions. So if I can't do giant sets, I'll just add another factor like iso holds, strip sets, tempo, just to like push that work capacity. And I'd gotten into using the Smith machine for behind the neck tricep extensions while I was on vacation, and it's been a very nice addition to my training. So I'm definitely going to continue to do those for the remainder of this block and use that as one of my exercises for triceps. So I'm really excited to continue to have sessions at Power Build. Comment below what machines you want to see in future videos. keep working hard, and hold strong.
You know, Nick, everybody's always like, why are you at the gym so much? I'm like, look, I live here. I live off the land. Oh, how do I do that? Don't tell anybody, but I sneak protein shakes from the front desk. Maximize my protein synthesis while I'm doing my bicep curls.